Vault-Tec putting numbers on their doors. How many are there anyway? Hey, you're the... Man, this day is full of surprises. First this darn vault door lands here, now you've come to collect it. Well, going by the number, I'd say this is from Vault 63. My buddy told me that it's located in the ash heap. I can mark it on your map. If you do make your way down there, stay safe. I heard it's overrun with mole miners. And the ash heap itself is barely breathable without a mask. And one wrong step might charcoal roast your foot. That aside, there's been a crazy storm brewing down that way. Doubt it's related, but I think I'll steer clear myself all the same. You bet. Safe travel, stranger. Hey there. I wouldn't get too close to that edge. You don't want to fall in. Trust me, I did that myself. I never really understood why Vault-Tec put numbers on their doors. How many are there anyway?
Yeah, not sure I got time for you, pal. Sorry. Face-to-face communication isn't my thing. It never was. All I want to do is get out of this place, get my radio set up somewhere, and talk about the world. How it is now. You get me? I feel like a caged animal, man. I need to get out of this place. I need the open air. You get me? Look. I got this dream. It eats me up inside. I've been traveling with this crowd for a while, and well, I need to get away. You feel me? Don't get me wrong. I still want to stop by and hang out with them, see the sights, but I need quiet, calm. I need to hear the world. I got a radio. I know some people. Got a buddy here in Crater, a hunter pal out in Foundation. Know some people all over. I know people, man. Oh, jeez, dang it. I don't have that much. But, hey, tell you what, I know people who know things. I can tell you where to find valuables, find missing people, or maybe kill things. Those things have bounties sometimes. I can definitely find you at least something every day, something worth your time. Is that okay? Yes, my life is really turning around. Everybody on the radio is gonna be so impressed.
someone there? I picked up a pretty big surge of activity on our sensors, but it went quiet all of a sudden. Oh, wow, a person! I didn't actually expect that. Wait, are you telling me that you managed to wipe out all of the Lost yourself? I have so many questions. How? With what? And actually, no, focus, Hilda. I could use someone with a lethal skill set. Hey, would you be up for a little hike? Yes, but this is hardly the time to talk. All will be explained if you follow my directions. Perfect. The entrance area you're in now was once a high-speed rail system for transporting supplies to the rest of the vault. But as you can see, it's completely caved in. You'll have to walk to another entrance closer to the vault's atrium. It's just a quick trip over the hills to the south. Look for the entrance to the Shenandoah National Park. If you need a landmark, just keep walking toward that teeny tiny, giant, menacing storm in the sky. You'll find the entrance underneath the manor in the dead center of the park. And storm. Can't miss it. Good luck!
Get away from me! Get away from me! Get away! Oh, you aren't one of them. You scared me. I'm Craig from Foundation, and I think I'm the only one left. We saw the nasty weather kicking up down here and thought it'd be worth checking out. See if anyone needed help. Didn't make it far down the road before we got jumped by something. I panicked and ran. You're serious? Did you hear what I just told you? Well, better you than me, I suppose. Actually, if you're going out there anyway, would you mind doing me a favor? As you head down Skyline Drive, could you check if there are any signs of what happened to my friends? A trail, a body, personal effects. Anything I could use to find them or report back at Foundation? Who knows? Maybe even a survivor. Not asking you to do much, just to drop a flare nearby. I can investigate them once the storm calms down a bit. Thank you so much. Anyway, just take the flares. If you happen upon anything or anyone, just drop one. And watch out for those things. They may look like ghouls, but they're not. And they're not friendly.
situation. You need to get into the vault. I need to get out. This door isn't intended for easy access, so it'll require joint authorization from both sides to open. I'm on this side and authorized. You're on that side and not authorized. But no worries. I've got a plan. All of the Lost were once members of the Vault and should have authorization. You just need to get a hold of a hand and scan it. Easy peasy. I promise I, or someone in here, will be more than happy to answer all of your questions. Let's just get you inside first, okay? That's right. Just a bit of post-mortem amputation and we'll be set. Just scan the hand once you've got it. I'll be on standby. Promise. Time's a ticking. Chop, chop! Ooh, sorry. Anyway, I gotta run, but I'll be back. Scan a hand! Bye!
You're here, and you're not lost, I assume. If you are, say so, because that would be a major breakthrough. I'm a bit too busy for that, but someone inside would be very happy to answer all of your questions. Anyway, I'm Hilda Stoltz. Hi. I'm head of the organic sector, which is exactly where I'm about to run off to. But don't worry, my Uncle Hugo is very eager to meet you. Just down the hall, in the Overseer's office, as he is the Overseer. Oh, and I've disabled the two-step lock, so coming and going should be easier now. Anyway, like I said, Uncle Hugo, down the hall. Toodaloo!
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
Willkommen. Bitte komm rein. My niece told me to expect you. And do not mind my appearance. I can assure you I mean no harm. Can the same be said of you, though, outsider? Do you intend to harm us? Where are my manners? I did not mean to be so standoffish. You're a most welcome guest here. I cannot be too careful. It has been a long time since we've spoken with anyone from the surface. Ah, fascinating. Is that the faint clicking of a Pip-Boy I hear? How grand. A colleague from another paradise below the ground. Vault 76, I take it? What a pleasant surprise. Wunderbar. Kismet even. We are having fun now, aren't we? Listen, my new friend. Regardless of what pretenses my dear niece may have brought you here with, I believe I can repay you for your effort. No, opportunity. And your silly surface currency too, I suppose. As you may have ventured to guess on your trip here, our beloved Shenandoah has seen better days. Less stormy days. I'm in the midst of trying to get this under control, but our vault is still in a bit of a state of shock. If you'd be willing to engage in a bit of freelance work, I'm sure I can provide plenty of payment in kind. Fantastic. I'm pleased to hear it. Perhaps I should introduce myself to assuage any hesitation you have. I am Hugo Stolz, overseer of Vault 63, yes, but also a principled man of business from the world of yore. Founder and CEO of Stolz Enterprises, respected member of Vault-Tech's board of directors, and overall international man of mystery. Allow me to formally welcome you to Vault 63 as our, let's say, outside consultant. Yes, that'll do perfectly. Oh, please. Hugo is just fine. Now, I'm sure you have many questions. I would expect no less, but I promise your first task will help you answer much. Speak with our Chief of Security, James T. Oberlin, and fetch me his latest situation report. I'd like to have him vet you a bit before we proceed any further. I'm sure he'd be happy to answer questions for you about our current predicament while you're at it. You'll do splendidly, I'm sure.
Been a long time since we had around here.
What would Cassie do?
You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You know, before the accidents. What's up? Supplies are starting to dwindle a little. Need something stockpiled from the supply runs. You should have arrived a few years back. The old vault sure was something. You know, before the accidents.
Been expecting you. James T. Oberlin, Chief of Security, Vault 63. Formerly United States Army. Ordinarily, an outsider would report directly to the security offices. But as you've seen, Mr. Stolz isn't fond of ordinary. How exactly did you end up on our doorstep, outsider? And you were able to dispose of them. Interesting. Must mean you have some combat training. That could be helpful. Well, considering I'm entirely lacking any sort of credentials or background on you, perhaps you could fill me in on your history. At least you're honest. Mr. Stolz buzzed me ahead of your arrival and filled me in on the situation. Sorry for the test, but wanted to see how you'd present yourself. I appreciate your attempt to take this seriously, but I won't say I don't have my doubts. Let's see how this plays out, though. Here's my status report for Mr. Stolz. You're dismissed, unless you have other questions.
Before the storms.
Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got a system and it works, damn it.
Animals up there. Any of them good for eating?
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression. Need something?
These jumpsuits don't leave much room for expression.
Don't you be starting to change things up around here. We got the system and it works. Damn it.
You've returned. I've just been thinking on some things. Yes, that. Don't worry about that now. I have a question for you. Tell me, are we our brains?
Dwindle a little, even with the stockpile from the supply runs. You know, before the storms.
Yes, precisely. But is that not just scratching the surface? Consciousness, perception, encoding and the formation of memories. To take the observable world and sculpt from it a translation of ourselves, of others. And in the eyes of others, how many versions of us exist? Of course. We've only just met. I apologized. You have the spirit of an old friend about you. I've forgotten there's much new ground to tread between us. I may have failed to mention this before, but I am or was blind. Born that way. After the incident that left me in this state, I became able to truly see the world. Well, perhaps it's more accurate to say, I feel the world. Pulses of electricity, waves bending and refracting, gentle hums of life vibrating shapes into being. This world I see, I share it with the lost. I live as they do, yet I remain myself. Perhaps more myself than I was before. But others were lost to it, and to us. Friends, colleagues, loved ones. When they witness this world, they're minded... Well, I suppose I cannot explain what their mind perceives, just as one could never explain sight to me before. We have been trying to learn why this connection was permanently severed between us. Desperately so. A scientist, are you? Just like my Audrey and little Hilda. We are unsure of why, but we suspect that my condition may have mutated differently than others. Perhaps it was my proximity to... Oh, never mind, B. This sort of talk is dreadfully boring. All of this is to say we need your help, my friend. There are many problems at our feet, and you are uniquely equipped to help us. Thank you. That truly means the world to me. Let's discuss next steps. There's 2 sets of investigations I'd have you undertake. Your new friend Oberlin can fill you in on one, and I'd be happy to walk you through the other. Take a moment to relax and process. Speak with either of us when you're ready to hear the details. And once again, I cannot contain my excitement in having you on board. Willkommen im Team, mein Freund. Life is no pony farm. I could use some help.
Seeing someone do so much it's refreshing.
I've been spread thin dealing with surface-side security concerns. My more menial tasks have started to slip through the cracks, however. I can tell you're equipped to handle much worse. Tackling some issues from my backlog would be of great service to me, at least as a start. There are 3 in particular who often bring up issues to me. You can start there. They are vocal. They'll be more than happy to provide details on themselves. There are 3 residents that have been complaining about a myriad of concerns. Margaret, Lawrence, and Julio. Your best bet is to track them down. They're likely lounging about waiting for someone else to handle the hard work. They should have more than enough to keep you busy for the time being. Report back when it's been handled. In the meantime, I have other matters I need to attend to, so please, if you'd excuse me...
Don't you be starting to change things up
We got a system. And
I've
it
got
works,
my eye
damn
on
it.
you, outsider.
We felt the whole vault shaking a while back. Security said it was nothing to worry
New
about.
animals up there. Any of them good for you?
What if we go back to the surface? It's know us because of our, condition.
What brings you back in here?
We go back to the surface, and nobody wants to know us because of our...
And then I saw... Do you mind?
How about some space, buddy? You're standing a little close there.
Oh, a stranger. We haven't seen anyone from outside in a while. What brings you here?
Go back to the surface and...
Chief Oberlin's finally getting around to dealing with this, huh? And sending in a stranger to boot. We must have it tough. Yeah, there's a few things we've brought up before. Most of it in the lower levels. Things like strange noises coming from the generator room. People are scared to go check it out in case one of the Lost are in there.
Oh, also, we have a huge rat problem in the storage room, as in, huge rats. Last time I was on a food run, something jumped right past me and snatched it. Damn near took my arm with it, too.
And, someone should probably take care of Alfie.
Yeah. Alfie was one of us, but his condition got worse until he got us to lock him in his room. He's probably lost his mind by now, but no one could bring themselves to do what needs to be done. You didn't know him, though. If there's anything you could do for him. Alfie was a good guy. Had a tendency to overdo things, though.
Remember when he skipped work because he wanted to find out if we could still get hangovers after the change?
Yeah, I remember that. I had to take over his shift the next day, that bastard.
His apartment is in the lower levels. The key is still down there. Somewhere. Is there anything else?
We've been hearing whispers and pops like static electricity, which is pretty much exactly what the Lost sound like. We also know what happens when you get too close. They'd kill us as soon as you'd squash a bug.
That's if they don't turn us into one of them first. There's too few of us left now to take a risk like that, but, you look very capable.
Is there anything else? You can get to the lower levels from the elevators just over there. There's also a stairwell down just across the atrium that leads directly to the storage room. Good luck, and thank you.
Good luck down there, and, welcome to Vault 63.
Don't you just hate rude people listening in on private conversations?
We felt the whole vault shaking a while back. Welcome back. How are things going? We're sorry that you had to be the one to deal with all of that.
Yeah, it's good to know there are still people outside, especially people who are capable.
Thanks. We couldn't have done it ourselves. Is there anything we can do for you? Yeah. We'll spread the word that you are someone trustworthy. Thanks again for all the help. You're all right, outsider. And then I saw... Do you mind?
You're back. I hope you have good news for me. Well, color me surprised. Good work. With that out of the way, I'll be able to focus on the more important matters, like dealing with the chaos going on outside of this vault. I don't suppose that those three had anything interesting to say while you were helping them? Looks like I may have to check in with our custodian Johnny later. He usually hears a thing or two, though I'd much rather people come to me than having to resort to gossip mills. Still, it can be hard for people to know who to trust. But enough about that. Now that you've helped me out, is there anything I can help you with? First, your reward. I'll arrange for something from our armory. I'm sure you'll find a good use for it in the future. I'm sure I'll have...
Before the accidents.
It may not seem like much, but your help has been invaluable to us.